You might have an idea about how some of these plates and bowls can be mass produced, but what about these? I mean, check this out, look at it. It's so unique, sophisticated, and intricate. And what about this? Do you think there's some guy poking hundreds of holes across thousands of products? And what about this? I mean, look at it. It's ceramic, it's not a balloon. It's so intricate and detailed. I mean, where is it mass produced? Do you know how? Hey, I'm Diego from Machina. Our team has been working incredibly hard to bring you the very best of what the manufacturing world has to offer. Today, we got up at 5 a.m. and traveled over 5 hours to this ceramics factory in Shantou. Now, this ceramics factory focuses on the mass production of unique and intricate custom designs. Stay hungry, stay focused, stay curious, and let's go. Wow, look at this place. This is the place where you make ceramics. Now, the first step of making ceramics is to produce liquid clay, otherwise known as slurry. You mix together different clays, water, and sodium silicate, as well as other ingredients depending on requirements. Now, these machines here ensure that the slurry is evenly stirred. Did you know that not all clays are the same? Some are very different. If the client wants the final product to be microwave and oven safe, the factory will have to use a special type of clay that can handle the heat. Ooh. The slurry is funneled through pipes through to each casting station. One important step of making custom-made ceramics is to create a plaster mold. In this step, there will be several rounds of development until the final design is approved. Once that design is approved, it is then sent to a factory where a large number of molds will be created based on the design. How about that? Oh, okay. So this is the mold. You have different molds for your different shapes. If I was a little like this, it kind of has that kind of.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Slip casting is a ceramic forming method in which slurry is poured into a plaster mold. But it's supposed to be a plant pot, right? It's supposed to be a vessel with an empty interior, right? I mean, look, it's solid inside. Where are you supposed to plant your plants? Oh, okay. Cool. Once the layer of clay on the inside of the mold has dried, the excess slip is poured out and the clay is allowed to dry and harden. The thickness of the finished product is determined by the amount of time the slip is allowed to dry. However, there's a limit when it comes to the thickness. As you can see here, he's actually pouring away the excess slip. And you've got to do it nice and slow, because if you do it too fast, you're going to get air trapped inside of the mold. So it's really important to take your time. Look at it. He's an actual pro. I might have to try this in a minute, because it just looks really easy, right? But it's not. You've got to take your time, and it makes a big difference, right? Okay, ma? Okay, ma? Yeah? Okay, let's go. Let's see how this goes. Oh. Yeah, no. From there, and then I do this. Oh, okay. So slowly, look at that. Oh, you can see it gooing out, basically. You got to take your time, nice and slow. Now, of course, once this is all out, we allow the mold to dry, and then it hardens, basically. Now, of course, the thickness of the product is determined by the amount of time that you let the mold dry. Okay, so it always depends, basically. Wow, look at that, easy peasy. All right, I gotta stop the music because I have to try to explain to you guys what we're doing. This is pressure casting. And what you do is there's a pipe that comes around the back here, and that's got the slurry. And what you do is you then stack up all your mounts here, all the way to the top. The slurry then gets pumped from the bottom all the way to the top until it hits the pressure point. After that, you gotta let it dry out. Once it dries out, you bring the cast over here. Boom. Now you have to let it take it out. Now this is really good for mass production. However, the limitation is that it's only really designed for simple products. So you can see where the slurry goes. It goes in through one hole and out the other. And what happens is that the slurry gets pushed in, it then covers everything inside that mold and then gets pushed through to the next mold. So it comes through here, completes the mold here, and then goes through that one onto the next mold. Right, this method is known as rolling production, and unlike liquid clay, we use here much thicker and stronger clay. And what happens is you put the clay inside the mold and stick it inside the rolling head there. And what happens when you put the rolling head inside the mold, it presses onto the mold, allowing it to shape its form. Very fascinating. Right, so for slip casting and pressure casting, we gotta let it dry out. Then we can then demold it. Once we do that, then we can get it ready for the next step. I mean, look how easy it is to just like completely dismantle the mold like that. I think I'll skip this one. I'm not gonna try to do this one because it still has to dry. Look at that, nice and slow, nice and easy. As you can see, all of these ones here, they've been drying now for a little while now, basically, already getting ready for the next step. So after the molding and drying, the next step is the cleaning part here. So what we do here is the worker is cleaning and carving out all the excess material here, making sure that the mold is nice and smooth. And what she'll do is she'll carve out the material exactly how the design the client wanted. And it's very, very intricate. You just got to see how she's doing it. Like really, she really knows what to do here. Oh, now they're nice and smooth, ready for the biscuit firing. These are called greenware. Yes, they're called greenware. They've had the inspection and they're ready for baking. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the oven, in fact, in this massive kiln right here, usually between 900 and 1000 degrees. The main goal is to start hardening the clay, dry about 90% of the water and make it sturdier. This reduces warping, cracking or deforming during glaze application and final firing. In other words, fewer pieces get damaged. Oh my goodness, can you believe the size of these kilns? Look at that, it's absolutely enormous. It's important to note that this process is not commonly used by other factories in the area. In fact, the factory boss told me that they use it because they have higher standards for the final product. Today, the kiln's already been activated. Usually, it goes on for about 8 to 9 hours, so unfortunately, we just have to sit out and wait for the next one. After biscuit firing, the products are then brought over here where they are painted. Now, even though they're individually painted and all look the same, they have their own individual little traits. Now here you have the paint that is being stirred around to make sure that it's evenly spread. And look, you can see, real precision, it looks really, really nice. Ni hao. 我可以吗? Hey, all right, so I get a chance to actually paint for myself. Okay, what do I have to do? Oh. Wow. As you can see, I've done a pretty sterling job, huh? that it's ready, we're going to send it off to glazing. Right, so after the paint has dried, the products are brought over here for glazing. Now, as you can see, she's applying a thin layer of glazing, but you can't see the colors anymore. Well, that's because after they get put in the fire, the glazing becomes transparent and the colors reappear. Now, this is a really important step to also determine the amount of gloss is in the final product. After the clay is coated with liquid glaze, it will be fired again in the kiln at 1200 degrees to 1300 degrees. The glaze melts and fuses with the clay to create a smooth and glossy finish. It makes the pottery more beautiful and also more durable. After which it will come out looking nice and glossy and smooth and shiny like this. The kiln firing process still requires operators' expertise. The automated controls ensure consistency. However, you still need to know how to correctly set the kiln for every custom production run. Oh, I'm so glad I'm out of here. It's so hot today. Whew. And after firing, these are the final products, all ready to be shipped. Oh, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a really hot day. I've had my mind blown. I can't believe I didn't know anything about ceramics as much as I did today. Like, honestly, how many methods are there to actually create ceramics? It's unbelievable, you know? So it's really insightful, and I really can't wait to go and explore different factories. So if you have any factories that you guys want us to go and see, please don't hesitate to ask. Thanks for watching again. This is Diego from Machina. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.